Right, how's it going? This video is a little bit odd, but it's about a really good van, so please watch it the whole way through and let me know what you think. Cheers. Is the video on?
It's going, yeah. That's nice. What do you call that?
Weight reduction.
Right, hello and welcome to Basevan. What we do here is we get vans in and we get them on ramps and we service them.
Don't look over to me.
And we sell them.
I'm stuck.
Frank here is my assistant. You don't speak no English.
No.
But you know, he's a cheap bloke to have around. Right, we've got a Renault Master converted by Papworth, and this is our first time having a look at it. We're pretty excited because it's the 2.8 and it's got air conditioning. This is one of those vans that will last for a very long time if we can ensure that it's not rotten. Have a good look around it now. There's a couple of areas where we've noticed already. Dent here in the bonnet. Looks like we're gonna have to put a new wing on it. It was a driver training vehicle, so it's got these additional controls in the front, which we will be removing. Unless, of course, you plan on having your wife taking over whilst you're going down the road. But as you can see, it's looking really good everywhere in the majority of places because, of course, it's a Renault Master. This is 23 years old. You would think it's going to be very, very rotten, but with it being a Renault Master, it's got a very good chance that it's going to be in good condition. One of my concerns is, from my experience, I think we've probably had about 25 from the St. John's Ambulance Service with the 2.8 from this year with this type of registration number. How's it going? Max out of fan. We have central locking. We have a reverse camera installed. We have the wheel to go on the back. And when they've got drum brakes on the rear, for some reason, they tend to be rustier. So we are going to go ahead, get it up on the ramp, see what it's telling us, and then take all of these trims off because I suspect that we're going to be in store for some bad news. Is the video on?
It's going, yeah.
Right, we're up in the air. So if you just follow me here, Frank, let's have a look. So immediately, without going too much into the condition, I'm just looking at the setup. Like I said, we've got drum brakes on the vehicle, and you can see this here, that plug for the air suspension system. And obviously in the recent past, it's been converted from an ambulance by the St. John's Ambulance Service into a driver training vehicle, and therefore they haven't required the use of the rear ramp. And the air suspension's failed at some point, and they've just gone ahead and converted it to leaf springs. So that is a bit of a benefit, really, because oftentimes we're finding ourselves converting the old airbag systems to coil springs, or indeed changing them for leafs again. So that's a bit of a bonus. So just looking around the back there, Frank, just on the back area, I'm starting to think that when we take this trim off, we're going to see some work. Definitely going to be some work for us to do behind there. In fact, I'll just take the camera for a second. The very important areas that you want to be in good condition, the chassis rails. In traditional Renault Master fashion, it's looking really good. The spring mounts, everywhere like that, nice and solid. The engine area / gearbox area does want a good wash off. And with a wax oil in some of these areas, this will come up really well. It's nice and solid. But we certainly are going to have a bit of work, probably going to be chopping out some of these sills where they've been repaired in the past, because that's nasty and that could come through as a problem in the future for our customers. So yeah, it looks like we're going to be chopping a few bits of the sills out, pressing some sheets and stitching them back together, and that will be as good as new again. Generally speaking, underneath here, it's just your traditional Renault Master. All will be uncovered when we strip down these plastic trims. If you'd seen this van at face value, with the trims on, and just had a good look round it, and in fact, if you went to look at a vehicle with your father, with your uncle, with someone that's experienced about vehicles, and they had a look underneath it, it's likely that they would have missed that. And it's unlikely that the dealer would have let you take the trim off so you can have a look. So That would have been a really nice surprise in a few years' time when you're driving down the road and this trim just completely falls off. That's nice. So, what do you call that?
Weight reduction.
Right, so here we are. We've removed all of the trims and uncovered all of the things that we were kind of anticipating. And my phone is going off. Right, we're back at Basevan.com. Check out the new spare wheel carriers. Not bad, eh? Right, I've been looking at this van for ages. I actually bought it in July 2023. Yeah, it took me about 18 months to get around doing some work to it, but here it is. I need to give it a quick wash off over there, and no doubt the battery's bloody flat, knowing my luck. Oh, I can see an immobiliser light flashing. Oh, bugger. Right, I'm going to put a new battery on this van, or just give it a quick jump, give it a wash off, and show you around it. This is an awesome 2.8 Sofim, and it's still here. And I'm going to show you how good it is, and maybe you'll buy it. So let's see. Right, this vehicle is literally going to start instantaneously. No glow plugs or nothing, just go straight in. Watch the figure, the trigger. Look at that. Yeah, boy, Sofim. Right, it's amazing what a little bit of H2O will do. Let's get it up in the air and see what it's like a couple years later. Right, let's check this out. 25 years old. We have put a new sump pan on this actually. But yeah, it's all looking nice and dry. This really wants rubbing down and painting as well, but it's nice and solid. With the crucial parts, which actually are covered up by a bit of mud here. It's all been treated, it's all been undersealed, and hopefully I have found the footage of what it was like before. But just check this out. There's your night eater. Exhausts are actually intact and in good condition. Liking the spring suspension on the back as well. Ooh. Yeah, this is super duper, super solid. And you just can't beat the 2.8. So yeah. This gets a 10 out of 10. 25 years old, we have done the work to it, and it was worth it because what a great van these are. Right, I'm going to pull it down now that I've gone through it and reassured myself that it is as good as I thought, and look around the rest of it. It actually is too flat to start, so I'm going to release the handbrake, and it's now won't go forward at all, so I'll just go off the last bit of battery in it. Go, just to get us rolling. So just get us down this little bit of a hill, and oh, we're in. Sweet. Look at that spare wheel carrier again, eh? Build yourself. Right, don't want to get. Okay, I might actually do it. Nah. Don't want the sunlight to mess things up for me here. Right, I reckon this will do. Okay, I'm going to leave it running for a moment. So, check it out. Check down here, guys. 3.5 ton, drive it on anyone's license. Timing belt has been replaced. It was actually a driver training vehicle for the St. John's Ambulance Service. St. John Ambulance Service, as someone corrected me recently in the YouTube comment section. Has got the dual controls. You can obviously have those removed. Haven't done that yet ourselves. But yeah, check out the paintwork. This is a nice raptor-y finish. It's almost in kind of like our Basevan-y sort of colour. Hopefully it doesn't look too much like Home Bargains. But yeah, you've got access to the front and the back. You could remove this and put 3 seats in the front, of which you'd have up to 5 passengers in this vehicle. These seats are easily removed, I think, when tracking. We've got the HVAC air conditioning system, which I can hear, if I remember correctly, will only work when all of the doors are shut. So I'll go ahead and do that quickly. Right. Let's just jump in now then. Right, is that shut properly? Hopefully. Okay, that's annoying. I can hear some relays clicking. Right, nothing's happening there. I need to get that sorted out. We do have a privacy blind over here. Pretty nice. And we do have another one here, but it is actually not installed yet. And we also do need to install the side panel cover. We have upgraded the radio, so you can connect your phone to that one, all that kind of jazz. We have also installed central locking on the vehicle as well, but just check it out. It's just super clean and original. We love it. Right, let's jump out. These windows are partially tinted as well. Right, looks like we've got a little battery isolator down here. So let's just turn that on and see what we're talking about. Load your motorcycle in the back. That ramp just pulls out like so. Comes down to about here. Okay, so we've got lights. This is all controlled by this leisure battery here, which was donated by one of our 2019 plate Fiat Ducatos. So yeah, it's a nice little area in the back, plenty of space to put a bed. Obviously blinds again, all insulated and lined. Obviously it's a Papworth, very well converted. A couple of blinds there on the back as well, so really put a bed in the back of this and you're away. Now I did mention a diesel heater a little bit earlier on, and that is controlled just down here. I can actually hear that clicking away right now. And that comes out there. So yeah, it's a really good rig. Almost forgot to mention the skylight up top. It's a really good rig. I mean, it's a ready-to-go vehicle. You know, if you've got a young family, or if you just want to get out and about, throw some gear in the back, it could be a really good option for you. We do need to replace the windscreen, and it's a good job there's no windscreen seal on it, because we do need to put one of those on as well, but we'll do that after we put the new windscreen on. But yeah, the 2.8 Sofim, super reliable, no modern BS, and this one's solid. And the reason why you wouldn't buy an old van is because they're usually crusty as hell, but we've done the work on this van. There's probably zero margin in it, but I'm happy to put another 2.8 back on the road for another 10, 20 years, depending on how hard you drive it. So yeah, that's the video. That's the van. Go to basevan.com. We've got loads of vans. I've recently consolidated the prices because maybe they were too high, but now they're at a real bargain price where, honestly, we're making hardly any margin, but we do need to get them shifted. Get some more vans in, get you into some vans. All right, thanks for watching. See you next time. So, just a quick one. I found this clip, and it's something that you really need to know. And if you do decide to buy this van, you can pretty much ignore it because this vehicle does not have a DPF. Thanks for watching.
If you own a modern diesel engine like this that has a DPF and your check engine light comes on, do not ignore it, because this is one of the many things that can cause your vehicle to not regen even though the DPF is starting to fill up. And it'll cause your DPF to fill up to a point where your vehicle won't do a regen anymore, and then you have to clean the DPF either chemically like I did it, or you have to remove it and bring it to a company that will basically bake the DPF and blow air through it, simulating a regen. Or third, you'll have to replace your DPF, which is really, really expensive. I would kind of expect it to cost a couple $1,000s. Unfortunately, the days of simple, reliable diesel engines are long gone, and they're never coming back.